It's time to get the Content 10x crystal ball out. What's going to happen in content marketing in 2023? Well, I don't know for sure, but I have 5 predictions that I'd love to share with you. Stay tuned to find out what they are. You're listening to the Content 10x podcast, where it's all about content repurposing. I'm Amy Woods, and I'm here to help you maximize your content and find smart ways to get your message in front of more of the right people, whilst also saving time. Let's get started. Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Content 10x podcast in 2023. As always, I'm your host, Amy Woods, founder of Content 10x, and you're listening to my annual predictions episode, where I discuss what content marketing trends I think are going to be big in the next 12 months. So I've done this style of episode since 2018, where I kick off the year with some industry predictions, and so it's become somewhat of a tradition, and I don't want to break that tradition. It's one I always look forward to preparing for and recording, and I hope you look forward to listening to it as well. And I'm pleased to say that I've not been too far wrong with my predictions in the past either, so hopefully it will be the same for this episode as well. So in this episode, I want to turn your attention to the next 12 months and my predictions for what will happen in the content marketing industry. Firstly, before I get to the main content, just to mention, if you want weekly content repurposing tips and advice, industry updates, inspiring stories, and exclusive news delivered straight to your email inbox, then join hundreds of marketers, business owners, and creators and become a Content 10x insider. Head to content10x.com/newsletter to join our weekly value-packed newsletter. Okay, as I was saying, I've got 5 predictions to share with you, so let's dive straight in. So, funnily enough, I was asked to take part in a predictions article on the Content Marketing Institute's blog, and the prediction I shared is going to be my number 1 prediction this year. It's the focus on less is more. So, I'll share for you word for word the contribution that I made to Content Marketing Institute's blog. I think there will be a growing realization that more isn't the answer, and the focus should be on doing more with less. Marketers will invest more time and resources into creating fewer but very high quality differentiated content with video at the heart of it and a solid repurposing and distribution plan. Now, this is something that we have talked about quite a lot on this show. I interviewed CMI's Chief Strategy Advisor, Robert Rose, and spoke about this less is more concept with him, and knowing where enough is enough with regards to your content. Robert likened it to a game of golf. The whole point of golf is to hit the ball the least amount of times but have the maximum impact, like with content. So you want one piece of great content to have the maximum impact. What's the minimum amount of content you can create to have the maximum impact? The interview with Robert Rose was a really insightful interview. So if you want to go and check that out, it's at content10x.com/262. I also recorded a podcast episode all about the concept of doing more with less as well. And you can find that at content10x.com/259. I believe it's really important because budgets are going to be tight in 2023 as recession hits, and many content marketing teams are going to feel the pinch. So having the mindset of doing more with less is going to be vital. So that's prediction number 1. Content marketers will be more focused on high quality, customer focused content and go all in on the quality aspect with the repurposing strategy at the heart of it to ensure maximum ROI is achieved. Okay, moving on to prediction number 2. There is going to be a continued growth in short form video content. More businesses and creators are going to realize that this is the content that people want to consume. Short form videos that we see on TikTok and Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts is the future. It's going to become really important to know your audience and create short and sweet content in video format, especially if Gen Z is a part of your target audience. Short form videos are arguably easier to produce than many other forms of content, unless you really go to town with the concept and the editing. But on the short form video platforms, it's more about authenticity and participation and less about high end production. So it means you can test more of your ideas with short form video content. So that's a big bonus. So that's number 2, a real focus on short form video content. Number 3 is that I think businesses might start to really drill down their attention on specific channels and walk away from others completely. For example, with the Elon Musk Twitter takeover, some businesses and thought leaders and creators have made the decision to leave the platform and spend their time and energy and ad spend in some cases in other places where their audiences are spending time. So I've seen many businesses move away from Twitter completely, and it's been a breath of fresh air for them. So I think this will lead people to consider the platforms they are on more carefully, and businesses to consider this and start looking at whether they want to streamline their focus even more. So, similar in a way to the less is more comment that I made earlier, possibly less social media channels with more focus on the ones that they stay on will be something that we'll see in 2023. Okay, my 4th prediction is contrary to what many people are saying right now, but it's the growth of podcasts, specifically B2B podcasts. It's my belief that podcasts definitely haven't reached saturation and that they will continue to grow. Edison Research Infinite Dial report in 2022 did actually show a decline in monthly podcast listeners in the US from 41 to 38%, so an estimated 109 million. And weekly listening was down as well from 28 to 26%, so that's an estimated 71 million. But Edison Research commented that they think this is more maybe a sign of a return to normalcy after the pandemic. And so the 2021 numbers that they were compared against were actually a little bit inflated due to the unusual things going on in the world at that time with lockdowns and things like that. In 2022, saw people returning to schools and offices and doing more commuting and just getting back to how things were a bit more pre-pandemic. So perhaps we shouldn't focus too much on those 2021 numbers. And despite those numbers, according to HubSpot, 18% of US-based companies plan to leverage podcasts and audio content in their marketing strategy, and that number is growing. And I believe we'll see businesses embracing podcasts more and more, and hopefully video podcasts, which is brilliant from a multi-format repurposing perspective. And this ties in with prediction number 1. So if you have a less is more mentality and you put video at the heart of it, you can repurpose your video or your video podcast in this case into multiple pieces of content. And we're seeing audio content becoming more and more popular. So businesses will start to include audio content more in their overall strategy. At Content 10x, we're certainly seeing this with the B2B businesses that we work with and the businesses that we talk to every day. So that's prediction number 4. And finally, number 5, I cannot overlook AI. I believe more and more content marketing teams will start exploring and learning more about AI and how it can help us with our content. There'll be more AI tools becoming available. There are a lot already, but we'll see more. And as they get better, I believe we'll see more AI featuring in all aspects of the content marketing workflow, from content development to video editing and graphic design and writing and SEO, and of course, content repurposing. Now, that's an episode in its own right, AI and content repurposing, so watch this space. So there you have it. That's my predictions for 2023 for content marketing. So just as a reminder, number 1, there will be a focus on less is more when it comes to content. Number 2, we'll see a continued growth in short form video content. Number 3, businesses will start to really drill down their attention on specific channels and will likely walk away completely from others that they have previously been on. Number 4, an increase in podcasts in B2B podcasts. And number 5, AI, more AI tools, more AI in all aspects of the content marketing workflow, and more content marketing teams starting to pay more attention and incorporate AI into the work that they do. So there you have it. What do you think? Are there any that you strongly agree or disagree with? Do you think I'm missing anything? I would love to know. So please do tell me what you think. I'll be carrying over the discussions about these predictions on LinkedIn. Now, if you're looking for help with your content repurposing for 2023 and beyond, we might be just what you need. Our end-to-end, fully done for you content repurposing services help you to maximize your content. Video, audio, we've got you covered. So if you have a podcast or video series, webinar, live event, whether that's in person or virtual or hybrid, well, just head to content10x.com/services to learn how we may be able to help you. Please do give us a follow on social media. We are at Content10x on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and you can find myself, Amy Woods, founder of Content10x on LinkedIn. So connect with me, leave me a note, let me know that you listen to the podcast. And of course, you can find Content10x, the business page on LinkedIn as well. We share lots of useful content repurposing tips and advice. All that's left to say is thank you for listening. Here's to a great 2023 full of content marketing and content repurposing wins, and I'll catch you in the next episode.